Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyimla, Yahweh, Bachshem, Yahweh Shai, Bachshem, Rechahakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. We just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bachshem Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Awaf. Just coming into with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And of course, I kind of figured Snoop Dogg would cave because of this world that he's living in. The finances that he makes is orchestrated by the so-called white man, and mainly Amalek, but the Ooish people. So the little comment that he said about the Pixar's Lightyear movie. And I started to see, people, like Martha Stewart, supposedly his little cookbook friend and all that shit, talking about how she couldn't believe what he said and all this other stuff. And so they put you Jake out here. This is pretty much like buck breaking, pretty much overall. But let's just get some of the article. Snoop Dogg says, "My bad," for comments about gay couple in Pixar's Lightyear. Teach me how to learn. Teach you how to learn? Nigga, fuck you mean teach you how to learn? You don't know that when you slept with your wife that you had kids with her? You don't know that how your kids came about? Nigga, teach you how to learn what? What the fuck is you talking about? Here you go, you gangster. Everything about you gangster. Your whole career being gangster. Well, here you go, nigga. You talking about teach me how to learn about some goddamn LGBTQ people. And this is how they buck break these niggas in public, man. And the Amalekites, this fucking ooish people got it right at his ass. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to, you're going against the grain. You want to keep those funds. You don't want to be, because Snoop Dogg is into a lot of shit. He don't want to be canceled. And this nigga right here, he'll take that microchip. He's going to take that microchip to keep those funds that he is, has amassed, throughout his career. Snoop Dogg has responded to the backlash surrounding his comment about LGBTQ representation in Disney and Pixar's Lightyear, right? Because this was the article, the original article. It says, Snoop Dogg says, "I'm scared to go to the movies after Pixar's gay couple in Lightyear led to questions from his grandson. These are kids we have to show. Okay, so basically, his grandson pretty much overall was asking him how two women, had a baby or whatever in this particular. I don't watch none of that shit anyway. All them weak ass cartoons, man. But they make a lot of money off that shit. And a lot of those cartoons are really adult shows, just in a cartoon form that these kids shouldn't even be watching anyway. Okay, but it says on Wednesday, Hollywood Unlocked reposted an interview with media personality T.S. Madison on Instagram, in which she discussed Snoop Dogg's pushback on Lightyear's inclusion of gay couple. The 16-time Grammy winner later took to the comments to explain he was just caught off guard at the time, and that he hopes his friends in the LGBTQ community can teach me how to learn. Teach you how to learn what, nigga? But that goes with that money, man. Let's get that. You can't serve Yahweh and Mammon, man. That's what's going on. And again, he's gonna take that chip overall. To keep the funds, to keep that lifestyle that he has going on. These people are gonna take that microchip, man. Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters. So you're either gonna, the two masters are Yahweh, Bachshem Yahweh Shai, and overall Satan, man. You following in there after these Edomites, which is the physical counterpart of Satan on the damn planet. You following in behind them to keep their funds, man. You're not asking the Lord for your daily bread. You're not, going to the fight. You don't actually realize that actually it's the Lord that has you in the position that you're in. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other. You're supposed to hate that shit. You're supposed to hate the evil, and love the The scriptures, man. You're supposed to love the commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the righteousness of the Lord, man. You're supposed to hate unrighteousness, man. The scriptures talks about that. Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. And that's what Snoop Dogg is doing. He's serving mammon right now. You know, he's about that money. He's about his career. You know, if anything, he would have just kept his motherfucking mouth shut to begin with. But those little slight things, they're not thinking about, okay, his grandson. They're not thinking about that part of the conversation with his grandson asking him that question as they was watching the movie. They're not concerned with his grandson. They want his grandson to not have children. They prefer that his grandson become his granddaughter, and they might actually push for that. You know, because you know they'll lean on Jake, man. They lean. You see what happened with this so-called Zion, Dwayne Wade's son. You can see what happens with Will Smith's kids. You got who is this nigga the nigga that was in White Chicks, the Wayans brothers. You know, you got all these different actors. Why is it that all these different so-called black actors, their kids have to, you know, there's at least one of their children in their household that's turning to this particular lifestyle? Because Esau is pushing them niggas, man. It's either you're going to sacrifice their asses by putting them to death, or you're going to sacrifice them by putting them out here on that chopping block as far as being a part of this LGBTQ community, man. But let's go back. Let's see what else they got in here. Okay, so it says, I was just caught off guard and had no answer for my grandson, he wrote. All my gay friends. Oh, you got gay friends, huh? Knows what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers for my 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect. Well, you should be telling your 6-year-old that no, two women together can't make children. 2 men together can't make children. And that's that. What the fuck? What the fuck do you need to learn, nigga? What are you talking about? I need to learn. Teach me. The fuck is you talking about, nigga? But this lets you know how far they'll go to push this shit on your people, man. Cause he's who you think he's representing here? He's about the so-called black community. He wants you so-called Negroes to be pushed into this thing. Them so-called white people not worried. They don't listen to no damn Snoop. They don't give a fuck. Snoop is irrelevant. Snoop ain't made a hit album in how long? How long has it been? This nigga ain't made no hits, man. He's only known for walking his ass around with them stupid ass braids, smoking weed, and doing these little, he done got into the era of, you know, hosting shows and doing little shit like that. So he's on that pedestal now where, okay, well, nigga, now you can't talk against the LGBTQ. What are you thinking about? And he fell for it. Motherfucker, I need to learn. Teach me. Yo, LGBT. I ain't got no LGBTQ friends. No, nigga, I'm not being friends with no LGBTQ people, man. I'm going to let you know what the scriptures has to say. Matter of fact, let's get the scriptures on that, the law. Let's get the law. Because this is all I got to say to a person like that. This is it. Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. That's it. That's what I got for you. And that's serving Yahweh. You know? And that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, too. When it straight comes down to it, you don't want to have the riches of Esau's world. We just want our daily bread. That's it. You know, the extras that the Lord give us, that's cool. No problem. Because he know that you can handle it, obviously, if he's giving it to you. But he can't give it to you, too, to set your ass up to fall. But we're about the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. We're about the scriptures, man. Over money. So fuck $1 billion being offered to you. 100, whatever the amount, you know, it may be. Because, you know, Jay can be bought for little or nothing. Jay can be bought with just the smallest of things, man. They'll just sell their souls out, man. All right, so this is Leviticus 20:13. It goes a little bit further. It says, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with the woman, Both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So these people that are being put to death because of this lifestyle, and then they try and push on. They don't tell you about all the so-called white men that are being killed in this lifestyle. They push so-called black trans. You never hear so-called white trans. But they being killed in the numbers that are far greater than you so-called blacks. But guess who they use as the mascot? You niggas. You niggas, man. And they use niggas like this nigga right here, man. So lucky for the language, man. This should just piss you the fuck off, bro. You need to learn. Let me read back what this nigga said again. He says, my bad for not knowing the answers for my 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm not What the fuck is you? Nigga, common sense tell you that how your grandson got here was through a man and a woman, you doofy. How the fuck you think you got here? Through a man and a woman, doofy? You need to learn. The fuck it? Bro. That lets you, this place gotta go, man. It says, during an appearance on the It's Giving podcast, Snoop Dogg said he is scared to go to the movies after he brought his grandson to Lightyear and had to field questions about the film's same-sex couple. It fucked me up, he said. I'm like scared to go to the movies. Y'all throwing me in the middle of this shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids. We have to show that at this age, they're going to ask questions. I don't have the answer. No, you got the answer, nigga. All you got to do is tell them, hey, look, no, that's not possible. 2 women getting together cannot have children. 2 men getting together cannot have children. Children come from a man and a woman union. And that's it. Here you go. Now all of a sudden, you got to break yourself down. But it's all about that money. It's all about him being canceled. And he know it. Nigga done sold, man. He done sold out. It says Lightyear screenwriter Lauren Gunderson, which I'm willing to bet you this is more than likely a small hat, also issued a response on Instagram. In a post on Wednesday, she defended her decision to write a same-sex relationship in the film. Why? Matter of fact, let's see here. I'm gonna try and see if we can get some information on this bitch. Okay, well, this is the chick right here. They don't want to give up any information as far as like who her parents are, but I'm thinking she's more than likely one of those small hats. You know, it says information regarding the names of Lauren Gunderson's parents is not readily available in a provided search results. So why not? Because AI is on everybody else's ass. I bet you can pull up any Negro and they'll tell you exactly who their mama and daddy is. You know what I'm saying? But this is some Edomite. Still, she's a damn Edomite overall. Ain't no damn way you putting together no shit for children to be watching no shit like this, man. This shit is crazy. Okay, but she says, I'm proud of it. To infinity, love is love. No, get the fuck out of here. Love is keeping the commandments, man. And one of the commandments is to not do this particular, to live this particular lifestyle. It says, I was one of the few writers they had on it over the years, which is very common for screenwriters. Of course, I had very little to do with the final script, but I was proud to see a happy queer couple, even for a few seconds on screen. I know they got a lot of shit for this inclusion, but stuff like this matters because beautiful love like this exists. I ain't no beautiful. That's all damn lust, man. Ain't no love out of that shit. It says, not only did Lightyear feature one of Disney's and Pixar's most prominent LGBTQ characters, it also depicted the first same-sex kiss in a movie. See? For kids to watch. As reported by Variety, the moment was met with controversy internally at Pixar after the studio considered cutting the scene. Employees and allies of Pixar sent a joint statement to Walt Disney Company, which we know that company has been demonic as fuck when it comes to children, man. Leadership claiming executives had censored overtly gay affection in Disney films. This kiss was kept as a result. See? So they pushed for this. And then when you look at the comment boards, people are not with this stuff, man. They're not with it. But they forcing it on the people. That's the whole thing. They're forcing it. Like with a nigga like Snoop Dogg, help me learn. Nigga, learn what? Nigga, you from the hood. You don't know that nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, but, and he's old enough to know that when he was growing up, that shit was not normal at all. You got picked on, you got pushed around, you got bullied, so to speak, you got your ass kicked, and you kept that shit closely in the closet with your ass. You weren't just out here high stepping like how these fucking people are doing these days, man. Help him learn. And I wouldn't even, I'm telling you, I wouldn't doubt it if next thing you know, if this place lasts long enough, his grandson, his 6-year-old grandson, by the time he turns 12 or 13, he'll be a Zaya Wade for him to continue keeping the money that he has. He'll sacrifice his grandson, man. Jake, that love of money is a bad boy, man. That love of money is a bad boy. So let's go to the New Testament real quick, and I'll end out. For those ones that say, oh, that's the Old Testament. He ain't like that no more. The Lord done changed. He love you. Fuck out of here, man. That's why destruction is coming to this place. Romans chapter 1. Let's start at like verse 20. I'm going to read it in the NLT, the New Living Translation as well. Let me start at verse 23. It says, and instead of worshiping the glorious, everlasting God, they worshiped idols made to look like mere people and birds and animals and reptiles. And our people are into the biggest of idol worship, man, when it comes to that white Jesus shit. So Yahweh abandoned them to do whatever shameful things their heart desires. As a result, they did vile and degrading things with each other's bodies. They traded the truth about God for a lie. So they worshiped and served the things God created instead of the Creator himself, who was worthy of eternal praise. Amen. That is why God abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with their lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men. And as a result of this sin, they suffered within themselves the penalty they deserved. And see, it wouldn't surprise me if you hear about this nigga dying in a plane crash or some shit. You know? Because the Lord is going to judge this nigga, man. I don't know. I need to learn. Nigga, learn what? Nigga, you in your 50s, nigga. This nigga damn near 60. What the fuck is you talking about? You need to learn. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's check this out real quick. Snoop Dogg's net worth. Let's see. Snoop Dogg. Yep, let's see. He don't want to lose this money. Yeah, okay. He's estimated net worth at 160 million. His diverse portfolio of investments, business ventures, and strategic brand partnerships. See, that's where it's at right there. See, these brand partnerships is where it's at. That's where it's at. He don't want to lose those brand partnerships. Because see, he got a lot going on. And if you got that much going on, why the fuck is you at the movies anyway? You could have had that movie at your damn house. You could have discussed that amongst your grandson at your house. You go on this, and you know what? This actually seems like somewhat of a setup. Because, okay, so out of all the questions, with all the shit that you could have talked about on this show, how in the fuck do you come to the point of saying what you said? So it's all a setup. This seems to be a setup with Snoop, man. He was in on this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to say this, and this. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, okay, so now he got this backlash. So this is the easy way for him to ease in and do his part as far as, you know what I'm saying, that devilish end of what they got his ass on. Because ain't no telling what kind of videos they got on this nigga. You know, one of these ooh-ish people probably got him doing all kinds of shit on the casting couch. Ain't no telling what the kind of information. So for him to have the success that he has, okay, they had to still try and make it seem as if he's this gangster. So, you know, this was, because they script this, they have think tanks on stuff like this. Well, all right, well, how can we use this nigga? Well, we can't just throw him out there like he's just a a butt sucker. We have to make it. He's still, we have to make it seem, keep his, his masculinity, and still, push this agenda. They do all kinds of stuff like that. Because Snoop, he's supposedly be a staple in the neighborhoods of you niggas, man, of being the gangster. What did they do with Obama? Obama, which he's not one of our people. He's a damn Hamite. But what did he say? That you so-called black men, young boys, need a gay mentor. Why the fuck would he say something like that in a podcast interview? Like, why are you guys in these podcast interviews talking like that? Because it's all a setup, and they want you, the accuser of the brethren, wants you, Jake, to be out here on that bullshit, man. A lot of people came up against Obama, and they coming up against this nigga too. But guess what? Snoop Dogg don't care about you niggas. Snoop Dogg don't care about you niggas in the hood. You don't care. This nigga 160 million. He worth 160 million. That nigga don't give a shit. That nigga ain't, And guess what? He can still come through and on a Snoop Dogg tour. And you niggas will still go out here and you'll buy tickets, $100, $200, $300 tickets, and go and check this nigga out. Because they understand the system. They understand the progress. You niggas don't, your memory span is only a day or so. You niggas done forgot all about slavery like it's nothing. Like, you niggas don't even think about the enemy of slavery, man. You don't think about none of that shit. But you'll celebrate 4th of July with these clowns like it's nothing. But you'll forget about the plight of your own people, man. So it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord is going to destroy this nigga. And if that chip comes, he's going to take it. He's going to take it right along with that 6-year-old grandson of his, with his wife, his other kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they all a bunch of damn weirdos anyway. So, I'm going to end out there, man. Kind of piss you off. So, Salakia for the language. But, man, fuck these niggas, man. Look at this nigga. Matter of fact, let me see. This nigga, they said this nigga is worth. And he got a lot of shit going on. Food and beverage partnerships. He got retail. This nigga got a partnership with footwear Skechers. I didn't even know that. And Skechers, they got that that chip, that Apple AirTag or chip where you can put it in the insole of your shoes. I done a lesson on that about a week or so ago, where you can get the Apple AirTag. They have where you can lift up the sole and inside of the shoe. It's got like a little small hole where you can drop that Apple AirTag off in the shoe and pretty much keep track of the damn kids overall. Didn't even know he was with them. Oh, this nigga got he got numerous brand. He's including Dunkin' and big lighters. I ain't even know this nigga. Well, I guess he lighting up enough blunts. You know what I'm saying? To have a brand with big lighters. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre launched premium gin brand called H.I.M. So okay, he got that going on. He got that Cali red wine with 19 crimes. I forgot about that. He got a partnership with Corona beer and Beyond Meat. There's a bunch of, who the fuck eat, nigga? Why would you, nigga, some shit that ain't even, you don't eat no goddamn Beyond Meat. That shit is horrible. Brodus Foods, the company produces breakfast items such as Snoop cereal. Reportedly part of a strategy to provide opportunities for black entrepreneurs. He co-founded this cannabis. Oh yeah, of course, he's just killing you niggas. He killing you niggas, man. He killing you niggas. That was a statement when he said what he said about, oh my bad, I need to learn. That was him killing you niggas, man. It says music and touring. Snoop Dogg still earns significant amount music royalties performances. His 2022 world tour grossed $73.7 million, man. He reportedly earns between $75,000 and $100,000 per show, man. The Voice, he joined the judges. Yeah, or to see this nigga, he got $500,000 per day in the Paris Olympics. No, this nigga was an Olympic correspondent. Like, this nigga don't, who the fuck, this nigga don't know nothing about no goddamn Olympics, but he was there. He was getting $500,000 a day. Doggyland. This YouTube channel for kids has more than 1 million subscribers. Okay, so now you about to go on this Doggyland, so your YouTube, and tell the kids that, okay, my 6-year-old grandson, he's, all of a sudden he's gay now, and You know, the questions about gay. Ain't no telling what they gonna do with this, man. They gonna turn that little boy out. Ain't no telling what they about to do, man. I never even knew about the doggy land. Nothing, a bunch of this shit I never knew about this nigga. Because who follows him? The longtime friendship has produced a series of business ventures, including popular cooking show on VH1, Martha Stewart. And I seen a story on her the other day where she was talking about what he said. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Let's see if we can. Let's get a little something on this. Let's just see. Because see, when they get to talking about that money, here you go. This bitch is 84 years old. Oh, here we go right here. I just seen it. Salakia. Damn, where was it? I just seen that shit. Alright, well, fuck it. I got to type it in. Salakia. See if something comes up here. There's AI picture and shit. Says their friendship began in 2008. Alright, well, I may have to type in a little bit more. Let's see. Here we go right here. It's not 1995. Martha Stewart's fierce reaction to Betsy and Snoop Dogg. Betsy, nigga, this bitch is not your Betsy, nigga. It says after being Martha Stewart's best friend and smoking a ton of devil's lettuce, Snoop Dogg's image was one of overwhelming chillness. He just seemed like a pretty stand-up dude, but that fully tanked earlier this week when he dubbed homophobic over his comment about the bloody Pixar film of all things. Okay, it started when Snoop Dogg, took his grandson to the cinema to watch the 2022 Lightyear, a spinoff from the Toy Story franchise. In a brief and somewhat performative moment, the female astronaut cuddles her wife and young son when Snoop Dogg's grandson, questioning Papa Snoop, how can she have baby with a woman? She's a woman. Oh, here's the podcast right here. And you know, you niggas go on these shows and you just talk yourself into a corner, man. Says, oh shit, I didn't come here for this shit. I just came here to watch the goddamn movie. So that fucked me up. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Y'all throwing me in the middle of this shit that I don't have any answers for. Oh, you should have the answers. It threw me for a loop, Snoop Dogg said. These are kids. Do we have to show that at that age? They're going to ask questions. I don't have the answers. Oh, well, you should have the answers. But let's get to what Martha Stewart had to say. His comments were widely slammed as homophobic, and politicians even called for him to be removed from this year's AFL Grand Final for his anti-LGBT rhetoric. And so that's where it comes in at that money, man. This nigga don't want to be. He's living a life, man. He's got enough money to go ahead and retire, chill his ass the fuck out, go ahead and drop into the backdrop, but he don't want that. He wants to continue. It says, well, Snoop's Betsy, Martha Stewart, has offered her 2 cents, and she's not pleased. Well, this bitch don't have nothing to do with your life, nigga. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg have been friends. Okay, fuck all that. Let's see what this bitch had to say. I'm just trying to get to the point. Salakia. Martha was disgusted. She adores Snoop, but she does not share his worldview, the source said. She believes love is love. Hearing him say something like that horrified her. What's so horrifying about your 5-year-old grandson asking you about 2 bitches being together when even so you trying to tell me the only person that has some common sense is the 5-year-old? The 5-year-old even knew that was some bullshit. But here you go, you got grown ass people, adults that know better for sure. You trying to tell me the 5-year-old got better sense than you motherfuckers? Come on, bro. Another person told Rob that Martha thinks that Snoop needs to get with the times, explaining she's embarrassed. They built this fun, profitable brand together, but she feels like he should know better by now. Oh yeah, it's not 1995. This is 2025. Martha Stewart said to feel torn over her Betsy's comments. What this Betsy shit? Nigga, what you this bitch's bitch? Because while she loves him as a friend, this isn't the man she wants to stand next to right now. So, ouch. Okay, well, it is what it is. You know, and this nigga don't owe this bitch nothing. Bitch, we done a show together. We done a cooking show together. I don't owe you shit. My personal life with my grandson is my personal life. But hey, that goes with that mammon, man. You cannot be into this truth. You cannot come to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua fully. And that's why the scripture talks about how a rich man, let me see, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Matthew 19:24, it says, and again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. And that's pretty much overall what it is, man, with these people, man. It's also in Mark, and you know, the account is Luke, Mark 10:25 and Luke 18:25. But you know, and it's not talking about a needle like a sewing needle. It's talking about, you know, like a small hole in a wall of you where you have to get the camel to actually duck down and ease through that particular small portion of the wall to get them into the city, so to speak. But you know, hey, yeah, but when it comes straight down to it, when it comes to these people that's got all this money, they think about a Michael Jordan or Oprah Winfrey or whoever. Nigga can have $5,000 in the bank. And so these particular type of people, they're going to take that mark of the beast, man. They're going to take that microchip. Why? Because their money is attached to it. Their lifestyle is attached to it. Their way of living is attached to it. And the only way, you think a nigga like Snoop Dogg got sense enough to put away, you know, secretly put together a compound, so to speak, where him and his family can, you know, kind of live out some of the bullshit that's about to come. This nigga ain't got that kind of sense. That nigga, he's ready to keep his life going on these TV shows. He's used to being on camera, man. He's not trying to fall to the backdrop. You know, he's out here. So it wouldn't surprise me if the next thing that you see from this nigga is his grandson coming out with a goddamn dress on. I wouldn't even doubt it. So I'm going to end out there. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and a bubble ball.